Well, hello, everyone. It's truly a pleasure to be here with you today. And I'd like to start by thanking the conference organizers for this amazing opportunity to speak to women around the world. Women who are passionately dedicated to the field of data science, women who I know can help us bring about the much needed changes to data science, to tech, and to society. The importance of human involvement in the creation of tech cannot be overstated, especially now in recent years of rapid advancements in innovative technology. Despite achieving remarkable advancements in various areas such as self-driving vehicles, space-based internet, and gene modification, it baffles me that we continue to struggle with achieving equality and representation for women. Don't you find it interesting that women were the earliest forms of computers, which led people to landing on the moon in 1969? But here we are in 2023, still having discussions about why we need to have more women in data science. It's a bit frustrating, and yet it's even more urgent. Today, as we enter the age of artificial intelligence that we currently see today, we must recognize that as a tool, it has the potential to both shape our society in fascinating ways, as well as exacerbate existing inequalities, if not shepherded by a diverse group of individuals. Like many other technical fields, data science, the driving force behind that AI, still suffers not only from the significant lack of representation of women in the field, but also the lack of diversity in critical data points collected. Now, this can have real-world implications that can impact everything from hiring to healthcare. Let me give you some examples. In 2014, Amazon introduced an automated recruitment tool that would allow them to automate how they source top talent. But by 2015, it was uncovered that the system was not operating in a gender-neutral way. In effect, Amazon's system taught itself that male candidates were preferable. It penalized resumes that included the word women and downgraded candidates of two all-women's colleges. Despite best efforts to rectify this, Amazon's computer models had trained themselves to vet applicants by observing patterns in the resumes that had been accepted by the company over a 10-year period. Most came from men, a reflection of the male dominance in the tech industry, and therefore the tool learned how to become biased. Now, this tool was ultimately abandoned in 2017, but that's not too long ago. Here's another example. A 2020 study published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences found that because men's X-rays were predominantly used to train the CAD systems, the accuracy of women's diagnoses was dramatically lowered. Considering that heart disease is a leading cause of death in women, and that X-rays are used as an early detection tool to diagnose heart disease, that means the lives of our grandmothers, mothers, our sisters, our aunts, our daughters, even ourselves are literally on the line due to the lack of diverse data. So now that I've shared those examples, specifically around AI, how can we do the work to make sure that this tool doesn't exclude? The answer that I found through years of working at this is collective action. Simply put, it's you plus me, which equals we. Despite what we've been told, our voices and our presence are powerful. Many times we think that if we're alone, we can be invisible and dismissed. But if we're a vocal and visible collective together, the greater chance that we can't be ignored. In acknowledging the collective power of our voices and our collective presence, we can bring about change and ensure that the technology built to serve humanity actually does that. To illustrate the impact of collective action, let me tell you a story of the Family Medical Leave Act, or better known as FMLA. This act was created as a way to extend job protections post-pregnancy, following the Pregnancy Discrimination Act of 1978. This act made it illegal for any employer to discriminate based on pregnancy, childbirth, pregnancy-related conditions, or the possibility of future pregnancy. Devised by the Women's Legal Defense Fund in 1984, the draft of legislation that would later become FMLA faced numerous obstacles and was actually vetoed twice by President George H.W. Bush after passing Congress in 1991 and 2. It wasn't until 1993, under President Clinton, that FMLA became official. These benefits that we now have, that everyone has, are the result of the undeterred and collective leadership of the Women's Defense Fund, which later became the National Partnership for Women and Families. And it was under the guidance of some extraordinary women, Judith L. Lichtman, Donna Linhoff, and Deborah L. Ness. Now, speaking of benefits, I've been emphasizing the importance of collective voice and presence. I think it's important to recognize that change starts with us. We must be the change we want to see. I'm proud to say that I'm not just talking the talk, but I'm walking the walk by taking that to heart within my own organization. Prior to designating benefits available to our team this year, our exec team collectively led an activity that gave staff an opportunity to share what's important to them from a benefits perspective. It was honestly one of the best activities we've ever done, not only allowing our leaders in our organization to hear straight from our staff, but also allowing staff to feel seen, heard, and valued. It also showed staff the difficult decisions that leaders must make when it comes to designating benefits or for creating environments of inclusivity. But as a way to show that we indeed did hear them and see them, at the start of 2023, AnitaB.org announced the official adoption of a new parental leave, fertility, and adoption support benefit for both full and part-time staff. Parental leave is now available for all parents, not just birth parents. Now, I purposely highlight the origin story behind FMLA and what we're doing at AnitaB.org to serve as a reminder that we can face challenges head on and through collective action of our voice and our presence. We can create a movement for change. Now, I know I don't have to tell you this, but the beauty of being technologists is that we solve problems. We ask hard questions and we find solutions. Each of us here would not be here if we didn't. Each time tech has advanced, there have been those that stand in the gaps to ensure that those of us who often are an afterthought are heard and seen. Has this always been easy? No. Does it require that we roll up our sleeves and push back? Yes. So whether it's AI today or some innovative thing that we haven't even discovered tomorrow, rest assured that we have the power to create change, especially when we come together as a collective. Now, I'll leave you with this. There's an African proverb which goes, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. It's time that we go together. Let's go together. You plus me equals we. Thank you.